Welcome back to Northern News Now. Plus, I'm Hannah Morgan, and there's an exciting event happening over at the Zeitgeist on Saturday. Films that'll have people running over. And that's because the Duluth Foot Trails Alliance is hosting the 2025 Trail Running Film Festival. And to tell me more about it, I'm joined by Jesse Schomberg, who is the chair of the Duluth Foot Trails Alliance. Thanks so much for joining me today. So, can you just tell me a little bit more about this event?
Yeah, I can. I'm super excited. There was a group that used to host this film festival many years ago, like pre-COVID. And it's every year it's a great set of films. This year we have six films. It covers over 100 minutes. And it's set in all sorts of different places, talking about all sorts of different runners, all of them focused on trail running. And we have a really big and vibrant trail running community here in Duluth. And so these films are kind of a great inspiration, especially now in this month of April when everything's like wet and soggy and muddy and we can't really get out. We think it's a great chance to get some inspiration and watch these films and kind of get ourselves psyched up for the coming summer.
So, did you go to this festival when it was hosted by someone else?
I did, yeah, yep, and it was great. And every year there's different films and they cover different topics. This year there's settings and I mean variety of settings. There's one in California, one set in Missouri, one's in Arizona. There's one in the French Alps, which I'm super excited about. There's one in the UK. So they're set in all these different places. And the other cool thing I really like about this film festival is that I mean, it's not just focused on like the super elite, the super really good runners. There's a couple films that talk about some things that they did that are really cool, but most of the films are about just kind of like normal folks that are really excited about running or have some really interesting thing that they've done with running or or are doing with running. So it's not just about the best of the best and showing the great things they can do, but just about kind of all the rest of us and and some things that we might be able to do too.
And I read that this is a fundraiser for Duluth Foot Trails Alliance. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and what the money might be used for?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I mean, a relatively new nonprofit. We kind of started right towards the end of the pandemic. We had lots of time to meet and talk, as many people did during that time. And we're focused on trying to get more people out on the trails that we have in the Duluth area to make sure they're better maintained and protected and that people kind of know where trails are and how to use them and keep them sustainable. And also advocate for more trails or for better trail connections or better trail resources in our area. So this funding that we raise from this film festival will go to our work in that. Every summer we have lots of crews going out to help maintain trails, and so funding will help with doing that, with getting the right tools that we need. Will help with like putting out things about trying to make sure that our trails are well made or are sustainably used. Some education pieces on trail etiquette and things like that. And beyond that, I guess we're not sure. We'll see how successful it is and what we can do.
So, when you say it near the end of the pandemic, are you talking about maybe 2022 or what year?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we actually started meeting and talking pretty close to when the pandemic started, when we were all sitting around thinking, now what do we do? So we just started, a group of us started meeting on Zoom and talking about it. We all had an interest in trails, and over time it kind of developed into this, we want to start this nonprofit to really focus on our trails in our Duluth area. We saw that they're really cool groups that we have in Duluth that focus on mountain biking and cross country skiing and horse trails and snowmobiles, but we didn't see that group for those of us that are mainly using our trails on foot. And so we wanted to provide that.
And lastly, who is this film festival for? Who should come out to see these films?
I would say, I mean, obviously, if you're a trail runner, you're going to be excited about these films. That's clear. But I would also say that anybody that likes trails, that enjoys being on the trails in whatever form they do that, walking or hiking or bird watching or, just wandering around and, enjoying the woods, anybody that enjoys the trails, I think will or if nothing else, at least enjoy the great scenery and the cool places that these film festivals kind of bring, or that these films bring us to. So yeah, anybody that's interested in trails should have a great time. I'll also say that we have a whole bunch of really great door prizes from our sponsors. So that might be another incentive for folks to come. A lot of the folks that attend are going to walk away with something from our sponsors. So that should be fun too.
And I know I said lastly, the last question, but I just want to know, what are you most excited for about this?
Oh boy. Just this idea of being in this room full of folks all watching these films and getting excited about the coming year and getting excited about getting out onto our trails, and planning for what events we're going to do or where we're going to go, and kind of having those discussions with people. That's the part that really gets me excited. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the films. I've had a chance to watch at least a little part of most of them, and they're going to be fun. But that gathering of people that are all excited about trails is what I'm really looking forward to.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I appreciate it.